Okay, question 4, part A. Simplify p squared times p to the 5. Right, well, when you're multiplying these things, you have to add these things. So 2 plus 5 is 7. That's it. P squared times p to the 5 is p to the 7. Don't believe me? I'll prove it. Let's write this out in full. P squared is p times p, and p to the 5 is p times p times p times p times p. So p squared times p to the 5 is p squared times p times p times p times p times p. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's it. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, p to the 7. P squared times p to the 5, p to the 7. Okay, B. Simplify g to the 6 divided by g to the 4. Okay, you don't need the divide symbol, that's for amateurs. A GCSE, write it like this. G to the 6 over g to the 4. Right? Now when you divide these, you have to subtract these. So you divide these, you have to subtract these. So 6 minus 4 is 2. G to the 6 over g to the 4 is g squared. Don't believe me? Okay. G to the 6 is g times g times g times g times g times g divided by g to the 4, g, what am I doing, times g times g times g. And this is why it's better to write something over something else when you're dividing, because now you get to go like this. That cancels that, that cancels that, that cancels that, that cancels that. And you're just left with g squared. Okay. Right, C. Simplify k cubed all squared. Right, the bracket rule. When you've got brackets, then you multiply. So k cubed all squared is 3 times 2, which is 6. It's k to the 6. That's it. Don't believe me? Okay. K cubed squared is, k cubed is k times k times k. Squared means multiply by itself. That's k times k. Which is, you can remove the brackets, so it's just k times k times k times k times k times k, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, k to the 6. Right, D, expand and simplify that. Okay, so multiply the brackets. You do that times that, and then that times that, and then all of that, minus 2, times that, and then that times that. Okay, 3 times m is 3m. 3 times 4 is 12. Minus 2 times 4m is minus 8m. Minus 2 times plus 1 is minus 2. Which equals, have to gather like terms. We've got a 3m and an 8m and a minus 8m. So 3m minus 8m is minus 5m. We've got a plus 12 and minus 2, plus 10. And it looks much nicer if you don't start with a minus. So we'll just swap the order. So write it as just 10 minus 5m. Okay. Factorise n squared minus 7n. Okay, when you're factorising, write the equal sign with plenty of space here. Okay. And put brackets, start by writing down brackets the same width as the expression you've got, like that. And we've left space here because we're going to pull out a term that's common to both of these. So what do I mean by that? Well, you have to write here whatever both that term and that term contain. And we can see that this term has an n in it. This has got two n's in it, but it's still got an n in it, so it's got two of them. So the common term is n. So that's what we're going to pull out and write there. And now, what do we write here? Well, you have to say to yourself, what do I multiply this by in order to get that? And that's what we write here. So what do I multiply n by to get n squared? Well, n times n is n squared, so it's n. And we do the same thing with this. What do we multiply n by in order to get minus 7n? It's minus 7. And that's it. Don't believe me? Okay. We can go backwards. If you want to check, just multiply this out using standard multiplication of brackets. So, I mean, that's the answer. That's what you'd write in the exam, but if you do want to check, then multiply out. So, n times n is n squared, and n times minus 7 is minus 7n. And that should be the same as that. And it is! Brilliant!